This is a Mega Stone that I got in last episode, and today I want to put it to use. This Mega Stone in particular is a Venusaur Mega Stone called a Venusaurite. And the way I can use it is if I get myself a Venusaur of my own. So that is going to be one of the goals for today. While I was up on my Sky Island as well, there were some Pokemon spawning, and one in particular was this Shuppet, but its name looks a little bit different than all the others. And I didn't know why until I figured out that Shuppet is part of the hunts. So here on the server, we have a couple of Pokemon that you can hunt, and if you find one and catch it, you get really good rewards. However, the Pokemon does have to have the specific characteristics that is listed under the hunt. So for this one in particular, this Shuppet has to be a female that is either enormous or giant growth. Now, to me, that doesn't look like a ginormous Shuppet, but we're gonna go ahead and try to catch it anyway, just to see if potentially it is. So now that we got into the red, let's go ahead and throw an Ultra Ball at it, and this should do the trick. And boom, there we go. We caught the Shuppet, but it doesn't look like we actually got any of the rewards. And that is because the growth is pygmy, as you can see here. Oh, and it's also a male. But if that Shuppet was a female and fell into the category of enormous or giant growths, I would have gotten one of those possible rewards underneath. An Arceus plate would have been sick. One thing that is pretty cool about having a Sky Island as well is a lot of Pokemon do spawn up here. And since I am pretty far away from the ground, very few Pokemon are spawning down there. So the more that I expand this island, the more Pokemon that are going to be spawning on it. I also want to do a lot of work to my house and island in today's episode. I want to get like an actual structure built on this island, along with I want to dig underneath here, like into the ground, to make it seem like this island sort of came up from the ground here. But now it's time to go hunt for a Bulbasaur, because eventually we can get that into a Venusaur, which will be able to Mega Evolve, and that would be so epic. Also, Charizard does have two Mega Evolutions. There is a Charizard X and a Mega Charizard Y. So if I could find one of those today and get one of those Charizardites, that would also be really cool, and honestly, probably cooler than a Mega Venusaur. I'm pretty sure Bulbasaur does spawn in a forest though, so I'm going to be spending a lot of time running around here to see if I can find one. Starter Pokemon are very rare to find because of how strong they are, and Bulbasaur is certainly no exception to that rule. So I'm probably going to be here for a little while. Hopefully I find something else cool while I'm out here though. I've also been told that a birch forest might be the best place to look for one, so thank goodness I actually just found one. My house is right over there, so this is a good spot if I ever want to find any more Bulbasaurs. I'm actually probably going to have to end up breeding these guys if I want to get a really good Bulbasaur. Because like I said in the first episode, I do plan on competing on the server, competing in tournaments, competing in Warzone, and if I want to do that, I'm going to have to get not only really good Pokemon, but also Eevee and Ivy, train them to make sure that they're the strongest that they can possibly be. And the best way to do that is to breed them. It is a long and tedious process, but it's most certainly worth it. But in order to do that, I do have to first catch myself a Bulbasaur. Well, actually two Bulbasaurs, because I need a male and a female for them to breed. I'm pretty sure Eevee also spawns in the birch forest biome, so hopefully we can find one of those as well. I definitely would not mind to have a really good Sylveon on the team, or an Umbreon. Those are probably, in my opinion, the two best competitive Eevees. So let's keep an eye out for any other interesting Pokemon that we can find out here. Deerling, you're just gonna be a little bit of fodder for my boy Zardius. Ooh, my acrobatics level just got up to level 5 and I got $500 for it. Let's go. I soon realized that Bulbasaur doesn't even spawn at nighttime, so I decided to head to the boss tower to grind some levels and items. When it became daytime again, I stored all the items I got from the boss tower back into my chest. Then I went back to the birch forest to hunt for Bulbasaur again. Ooh, a Pikachu. Okay, yeah. Let's catch this thing. I don't really have any Pokemon that can injure it yet, so we're just gonna have to chuck some Great Balls at this thing until we catch it, which really shouldn't be too hard. Honestly, I should invest in Quick Balls, because Quick Balls are the best Pokeball in the game to catch Pokemon without hurting them or anything. So I probably should get some of those, or I should get a Pokemon that knows False Swipe. Like maybe I should go get a Scyther, level that up, because that just makes catching other Pokemon very, very easy, especially if I do come across a legendary Pokemon. And there we go. We caught the Pikachu. Maybe not the greatest Pokemon of all time, but definitely a fun one to use. How cool would it be if Raichu could Mega Evolve? That should definitely be a thing. Does it get like a signature Gigantamax form though? That I'm not sure of. I don't think that it does, which I'm surprised about, because Pikachu and Raichu, they're like the signature Pokemon of the entire game. You would think that Pokemon would invest more into making it actually like a good competitive Pokemon. Bulbasaur, show yourself. One thing that is cool about playing going on the server as well is I actually could just buy a Bulbasaur from somebody else. I'm sure that someone would be willing to sell a Bulbasaur for the amount of money that I have, which is 4,000. But I also kind of feel like I just want to catch it on my own. It would make me feel a lot more attached to my own Bulbasaur than if I bought it from somebody. Oh, yes, sir. There we go, baby. Finally, we found ourselves a Bulbasaur. Let's use the Pikachu to actually damage it. Oh, we know Nuzzle. That's perfect. That is going to paralyze the Bulbasaur. Now we can use Slam to weaken it more. Yes, there we go. And now it should be relatively easy to catch this thing. Let's go. Boom. There we go. Bulbasaur is mine. And finally, we're starting to get like a decent team going. Okay, and its IVs are 51% and has literally 0 IVs in speed, which is horrible. That's literally like the opposite of what you want. So we're certainly gonna have to do a lot of breeding with Bulbasaurs if we're ever gonna want to get a perfect one. Before we do trade it up into a Venusaur though, I do want to work on the house a little bit more. So I'm gonna start by digging the trench underneath the island to make it seem like the island was actually ripped out of the ground. I soon realized that the tools that I had were not sufficient enough to get the job done very quickly. So I asked in chat if anyone had any tools for sale, and I ended up getting myself a diamond shovel and a moonstone pickaxe. But I was also told that there's a /shop GUI that allows you to buy any tools that you want. And these tools were very expensive, but I did decide to buy a thunderstone shovel, and it was definitely worth the $2,000 because it tore up dirt. This made the excavating 10 times quicker, and I was able to complete the hole in just about 20 minutes. All right, and here is the hole. Honestly, guys, it didn't really turn out exactly how I was expecting it to. I thought for whatever reason in my head, this sounded like a much better and cooler idea than how it looks, but it's supposed to look like the island got ripped out of the ground and is up there. I decided to put some cobblestone around the outside as well to make it look like rubble fell off as it like exploded out of the ground. But I'm not a very good builder, so I don't think I did that very much justice. But even though I'm not a very good builder, I do enjoy building, so I'm definitely going to be continuing to work on this project as time goes. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can make this build better, what I can do differently, certainly let me know, because right now I'm honestly not I'm not too happy with it. It is a little bit lame, I'm going to be honest. Also, if you guys do hop on the server and do /warp Sirud, it takes you right here. I hope that I never actually build in this spot, because if I do, you guys are going to suffocate and die. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyway, it is time to train up our Bulbasaur into a Venusaur. And I'm pretty sure the best way to do that is to take all of these Pokemon out of my party, bring out my XP all that I got from the boss tower earlier, and just start slaughtering things again in the boss tower with Zardius. That should give Bulbasaur a ton of XP, and there we go. It is doing just that. Oh, I actually forgot, but I do have a bunch of XP candies that I could give him as well, but this is probably a much faster way to do it. And there we go. He was already evolving into Ivysaur. Once we start making like all this progress on the server and getting these higher level Pokemon, it's very convenient because you can level up your other Pokemon so much faster. And there we go. Ivysaur is now evolving into Venusaur, and honestly, it was a pretty fun process. The boss tower is one of my favorite places to be. Not only do you get a ton of levels, but you get some really amazing items as well. For example, all these items that I got here was just from leveling up my Bulbasaur into Venusaur at the boss tower. Guys, I have something to confess. I didn't tell you yet because I feel like a lot of people would get triggered about it, but I have /fly. It does come with one of the higher ranks on the server, so you can actually get fly on the server, but because I'm the owner of the server, I figured I would just give myself the highest rank, but I'm not actually redeeming any of the other rewards other than /fly. It just makes things so much easier for me, and it also helped a lot with building my house/castle thing that is not done. I ran out of blocks for the roof. As you can see, I have $6 left. A total of $6. Apparently buying blocks, it adds up and it gets pretty expensive. So this is what it's looking like right now. Honestly, I kind of like it, but I feel like I need to expand the roof outward one and break it all and redo the whole thing. But I feel like, I don't know, it's a decent start, I guess. I don't even really know why I went castle themed, but this is what we're rocking with so far. If you guys have any suggestions of what I can do to improve the house/castle/ whatever this is, definitely let me know. But now that the house is somewhat a little bit finished, it is time to finally put the Venusaurite on our Venusaur and see how awesome he actually is. So let's drop down. Ooh, the crater! I forgot about the crater. It looks so cool. And let's see this thing in action. Level 36 Glameow. That is not Venusaur. All right, Linoon, you're about to get the work. Let's see this boy in action. We went ahead and clicked our Mega Evolve button, and let's hit him with a big old Seed Bomb. Come on, baby. He just turned invisible. Why? I don't know why it didn't do the animation. Let's try that one again. Oh, there we go. Boom. Mega Venusaur. Check this thing out. He looks absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, look at him. Yeah. Oh, one Seed Bomb doesn't actually kill him, but it does do a good amount of damage. And the second Seed Bomb, see you later. Easy peasy. Let's go. So I'm pretty sure I can actually Mega Evolve him out of battle? No. I thought that there was a way to Mega Evolve him outside of battle, but apparently not. I also didn't know that I could ride this thing. Yo, dude, let's go. Oonch, 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 oonch. Okay, level 30 Eradicate. This is actually going to be potentially a challenge for Mega Venusaur. I don't know. Let's see what he can do. Dude, he looks so sick. Mega Venusaur is actually one of my favorite Megas to use because it just becomes so tanky. It's a very, very essential type of Pokemon to have on a team because of how tanky it is, and it also is good for utility because it can poison enemies, it can put them to sleep, it can leech seed them, so it's really, really good to just slow down battles. Now, this is likely not going to be the Venusaur that I actually end up using because, like I said earlier, I'm going to have to breed it, but the fact that we are able to Mega Evolve a Pokemon in just episode 2 is pretty epic. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe and like button, and I'll see you in episode number 3.